Alex, let's transition over to some offenses that, on the other side of the coin, we need to avoid and stay away from in 2020.
Yeah, I'll start out with my first one, and it's a pretty easy pick. It's the New England Patriots. And the really easy narrative here is that Tom Brady is gone, and that's true, but it runs a little bit deeper than that for me. This offense was actually pretty dysfunctional last year with Tom Brady there. I mean, they were 23rd in yards per play in 2019. They were behind the Jaguars, the Lions, the Giants that we just mentioned. The Patriots had less yards per play than these teams that people think of as being absolute garbage. Like the Lions were starting David Blau for half the season, and they still had more yards per play than the Patriots, which is insane. And something I was able to kind of research is that the last time that the Patriots were outside of the top 12 in yards per play was 2008. And that was the year that Matt Castle had to come in because Brady tore his ACL. So the last time they were outside of the top 12 was 2008. They were 23rd in 2019 with Tom Brady. And just for reference, in 2008, Kurt Warner, Michael Turner, and Andre Johnson were all top 5 at their position in fantasy football. So it has been a minute since the Patriots had that tough of an offensive season. So you take that, and then you take the fact that Tom Brady is gone, and they're probably going to be starting Jarrett Stidham this year, and you cannot convince me that the offense is going to be any better than it was last season. I mean, Edelman is now 34, and he's really the only reliable or semi-reliable at this point option in this offense. You would think in this offseason they would have gone out and tried to sign one of these quarterbacks. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater was on the market. Jameis Winston was on the market. Cam Newton is still sitting on the market. They don't do anything. They don't draft a quarterback early in the draft. So you're literally sitting here with Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer in the quarterback room. And the only help they got at all this offseason on the offensive side of the ball is 2 tight ends in round 3 of the draft and Marquise Lee. Yikes. So if you're telling me this offense is going to, improve or be fantasy relevant at all, I'm not buying it. You can have all the Patriots all day long. I mean, maybe there's a case for James White or Sony Michel to be like an RB3, a flex type of option. I mean, for me, like if Sony Michel's my RB3 and I have a bye week or an injury and I have to stick him in there, I think Sony Michel could get, 15, 20 carries in a game. Maybe James White gets receiving work, but I don't think this offense is going to have a lot of touchdown upside. So even what you're looking for there is out the window. And Rex Burkhead and Damien Harris are still there. They're going to be getting their touches too. So there are a lot of bodies in this running back room, and it's going to be really tough to compete for valuable touches in this offense. At receiver, I mentioned Edelman, but who else is there? It's Sanu, Nikhil Harry, Jacoby Myers. Maybe you take a late-round gamble on one of those guys and see if one of them pays off. Yeah. But I don't trust Jarrett Stidham enough. I don't trust Jarrett Stidham enough to make this offense valuable at all. So take your Patriots all day long. I'm steering clear of them.
I don't mind Nikhil Harry as a really, really deep name. Maybe if you focus on, maybe you take a tight end early, you go running back early in your draft, and you're just trying to get what wide receivers are left. Why not get Nikhil Harry? You got to kind of erase from your mind his tape from last season, but he was one of the far and away one of the top college prospects coming in. I still love him from a dynasty perspective. I think I'm trying to get my hands on Nikhil Harry in some places, so we'll see how that goes. And then Damien Harris is another one I like as a long-term stash. Maybe it's one to keep your eye on. Maybe he's a waiver guy. Spend some fab on him. 25% of your fab, 50% if we see something coming from that New England run game and one of the other guys goes down. So just keep the names, Nikhil Harry and Damien Harris, in the back of your mind. But yeah, not really names I'm looking forward to or super excited about in 2020.
I mean, hey, Bill Belichick is still in town, so we're going to see, wouldn't that be something if we saw a Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady Super Bowl this year? I don't think the Patriots win more than 6 games this season, but, talk about another 30 for 30. That would be insane.
We know they're going to have one of the best defenses too, so you add that in from their fantasy downside. It's they're going to be stopping teams. Maybe they're just going to run out the clock for their entire offensive game plan. We'll see.
Hey, I guess I missed something here. If we're steering clear of all Patriots, I will say if you play defenses in your league, Patriots defense is going to be the most – I'm going to make this hot take right now. Patriots defense is the highest scoring Patriot in 2020.
Wow. I love it.